So there's two of them I'm looking at. Um, Race and the Unmaking of an American Family. So these are the only two I'll probably have enough time to get into. So I'm going to go over some little oversights here. Contrary to the view of some academics that the family in America is not declining but just changing, the thesis of this article is that family decline since 1960 has been extraordinarily steep and its social consequences seriously, especially for children. That's because of inflation. So they're talking about it related to census, and I don't know why the government doesn't look at it related to inflation, because instead of the word sense is in census after all. It has nothing to do with the census or races or mixed races. It has to do with inflation. And the American government is a big drag on the American family because it's causing inflation in the United States. Drawing mainly on the U.S. Census data, family trends of the past 3 decades are reviewed. The evidence for family decline is appraised in 3 areas: demographic, institutional, and cultural. It's argued that families have lost functions, power, and authority. That's because of inflation. That's familism as a cultural value and diminished, and that people have become less willing to invest time, money, and energy in family life. That's because of inflation. Things are more expensive, and it's harder to even have a family, turning instead to investments in themselves. Recent family decline is more serious than any decline in the past because what is breaking up the nuclear family is functional units stripped of relatives and left with two essential functions that cannot be performed better elsewhere. This is the cognitive dissonance. Secondary smash. I got hit by a car. Two essential functions that cannot be performed better elsewhere: child rearing and the provision of its members of affection and companionship. So the cognitive dissonance is sending people outside of the home, and that includes women. So you're breaking up the American family with inflation. So men are angry at women. I'm not saying all men are, so I just want men to take on this notion. Let's say that you are, take on that notion. I'm really angry at women because I have to pay child support. You guys have heard this before. Or the woman vice versa. She's angry at men because she has to pay child support to her husband, who actually took her to court because he has more money than her. He took her to court, so she pays him child support. He's taking care of the kids. Then he's got married to another woman, so some strange woman is raising her kids. And now the both of them have their kids calling her mommy. And so he's decided to move on, and decide to, in order for him to go to work, he's got to have a babysitter